Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another episode of The Boys. We're now on to season 4, episode 5, which is called Beware the Jabberwock, my son. So in the last episode, we had Homelander going back to where it all began, the lab where he was raised, and he thinks that the way to take out his humanity or stop feeling the way that he's feeling is to go back to where all of his dysfunction started. He took out a lot of people, and in the end, we see that what we already knew, what we discovered from back in season 1, I think it was, that he's always been conditioned to be in need of human approval. So no matter what he does, he's always going to suffer from this feeling of needing to be loved and accepted. But anyways, he didn't think that was the case as he took everybody out in that facility, and he was smiling when he left. But unfortunately, I do agree with that lady. I do think he's still going to go right back to square one. And outside of that, we had, Starlight unfortunately kind of crumbled her entire new campaign because she got into a fight with Firecracker, I think it is. But in the end, we're just gonna have to see what happens because we know that Annie didn't really want to be Starlight, and again, anyways. And then we had Huey's situation where he tried to sneak some V to his dad because he wanted to get him to not, pass away because of this stroke. He changed his mind at the last moment, but we see that his mom's got some sticky fingers and she ended up slipping it to his dad after all. So yeah, lots of things burning, a lot of things churning on the old turntables here, and I'm ready to get into the episode and find out what fresh nonsense we've got in store. So let's jump in, but just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be notified of when I upload these particular episodes or anything else you're watching of mine, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be in the know. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Wow, Big Chief Apache, who's a white man? All right. How are we doing there, Bunny? Are we feeling better now? You're feeling better, right? You fixed it. No? Shock.
Nice trip home.
He doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah, I wouldn't be around a man who has that much power who starts twitching in the face. I'm leaving. Tech Knight.
Which we'll be sharing with you all today in exhaustive detail.
Wow, not the shade to MCU.
I mean, if I was as bad as they say, then I shouldn't be alive, right? I mean, it's a true blue miracle.
Blue?
You gave him the V?
Yeah, I thought that's what you wanted. It fell out of your coat. I don't understand.
Fell out?
Why did you bring it if you didn't want to
Fell
use it?
out?
I've seen that shit go wrong so many times.
Well, it's got to go right sometimes, right?
That's your logic?
Grew up without one parent. I just couldn't bear the thought of you losing.
Oh, so it's about you again. No one cares what Huey's dad wanted. Okay.
Guess Starlight can't decide whether to rape a baby or kill it.
Whoa, what?
Charges for assault, and that's for damn sure. Now on the subject of baby killers, let's welcome our guest, Dr. Dorian Boone. Dr. Boone.
This sucks for her. It really does.
Suspended for fighting, baby? This ain't like you.
Dad,
What were you thinking?
That's right. He's taking mama's chip.
Dad, Homelander's a hero, so I told him the truth. Then he told me to F-word off, so I hit him.
Baby,
Feels
fighting
justified
is
to me.
not how you solve problems.
Why not?
That's what you. I was about to say. You really can't say that, MM.
Sweetie, go to your room.
Yes, because you're making valid
To your
points,
room.
and we have to regroup.
I am not gonna lose another person I love to this superhero shit.
Let me talk to her.
You fix this.
Where's him? He didn't do nothing. It's your very bad taste in men that got us into this position, Monique. You know, I usually stand for a sister, but come on now. I don't know how you didn't realize that man was okay.
Your team's a joke.
You're a joke.
I haven't noticed. MM's on the verge of a breakdown. Frenchie is a fucking junkie. Huey is a gaping wet pussy.
Hey!
Soup's on your side.
He actually's gotten a lot stronger. And by the way, vaginas are very strong. Much stronger than scrotums.
Half your brain is a fucking tumor. This is your last shot at Homelander. And now you decide to go soft.
Don't you have anywhere else to be?
They are decent people. But you and me, we don't belong with decent.
But who is this we stuff? Billy don't speak French, he British.
Hey, so where is Colin?
Shippo? What?
Because he completely ghosted me. Did you guys get into a fight or something?
Or something.
Are you?
Right? Let's just keep lying to each other. Great.
I'm getting blamed for the murder you did.
I'll call you a cunt, but you ain't got the depth or the warmth.
Oh!
Let me ask you something.
That was actually a good
How
one.
was it that you took out Ezekiel?
I don't know, okay?
I have no idea.
Oh, shit.
God's honest, I blacked out, came to, and there he was.
Everywhere.
All over. You see, some clever cunts over at Gondolin University cooked up a bug that latches onto the V in their bloodstream. Now, it's completely harmless to humans, but to soups, fucking diabolical.
So you shoved this shit into me and Kamiko, and we just dropped dead?
Yep.
Oh, you get sick first. It's actually gross.
Look, if this virus is as dangerous as Butcher says it is, do you really want it in Newman's hands?
She's actually probably the better candidate.
One other tiny little thing.
Which is?
I need you to get us one presidential pardon.
I don't see anything. But I mean, honestly, that's probably safer than trying to steal from Newman.
Let's all have a moment of silence for my brother in Christ, Ezekiel.
That's all right. I'm going to talk right on through that because he was disgusting. Disgusting. I'm glad he got exploded, and I'd like that to happen to a few more people, please. Sir McLaughlin, did you approve of letting this song be used for this?
You all right?
Just healing from lobotomy.
Still searching for this leak. Be someone.
Stop
Footage
talking.
didn't just run itself out of crime analytics. Am I right?
Yeah, see, she said that on purpose. She knows it's you. Why are the blacks fighting? They should be working together.
Gentlemen.
Edgar! I missed him so much.
Where's your fucking manners?
It's not my birthday. And this is not.
Right, he's probably safer in there.
It's like a daughter to me.
Yeah, a daughter who sold you out.
She did what I raised her to do.
Mm-hmm.
You taught her how to be a monster, but not a little girl.
Yeah, she gave her kid V.
She shot up sweet little Zoe full of V. Turned her into a tentacle-mouthed nightmare. Exonerated. And throw in custody of Zoe. Ain't no better deal. And you know it.
What would Edgar do with Zoe? I love Edgar. I'm sorry. Giancarlo Esposito is always a yes for me, guys.
An unexpected pleasure. You know, I've always felt a certain kinship with you.
Where are we headed?
West.
Just West.
Do you have a towel I could place over the seat?
He's so bougie. That's my energy.
Miss Huey, which is my engagement ring from when you proposed.
I mean, because it worked out so well for you? That thing's cursed.
I don't know if we're ready, like, right now.
Are you crazy? Lock that shit down, you moron.
Thank you.
Seriously, it's probably cursed.
You know, I can't. I'm really sorry that I missed this. You know this.
Well, you made a choice.
And look, you gave her power of attorney.
Yeah.
I knew. You remember when Jar Jar got leukemia?
Huh?
Yeah.
Cat wouldn't eat, and yet somehow.
Oh, I was
still
thinking
had
of like
diarrhea.
Star Wars.
Would not let me put him down until he eventually.
But I was 9.
You are still the same little kid. You hold on tight to everything.
Yeah, remember, you're the one reason he's like this right now.
When it came to an advance directive, let's just say I didn't want to end up like Jar Jar.
Thought your dad was a dummy, didn't you? He knows you, Huey.
Hey, where's your mom gone?
She went to the bathroom, remember?
Yeah, of course.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think giving V to somebody who is already quite ill is the answer. We already know that. Like, Butcher told you that.
But if Victoria wanted to keep her proclivities quiet, it'd be here.
And it's already open. That's not a good sign. Or that. Something tells me her daughter has been just wasting people, and she keeps covering it up. Oh, no, not a plastic room. Never a good sign. Oh, they're trying to replicate the... You want to bet they're trying to replicate the virus. Hey, Soup, stay out. They say they're developing a virus for Soups, and y'all just wander in here? That was recently broken. That's the wet. Don't touch it. Don't touch the bunny. Don't touch the bunny. Don't touch the money. Is this a good idea, Billy? Or is he just trying to see what happened?
Somebody's using running tests, but no.
They left in a hurry.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh. Vicky's here.
I don't recall giving you permission to turn my rec room into a virology lab.
You brought these assholes here? They want to kill me.
I'm sorry. Are you upset that I...
Right? I know we're not going to do that right now, sis.
You might as well use their expertise. At the very least, they're effective cannon fodder.
Thanks. It's really nice of you.
I mean, it's the truth. But interesting that she made all of their noses bleed. I wonder if she could actually pop all their heads at once. I don't think she can. I know she's super powerful, but I don't think she's at that level yet. Especially because she always has to look at her target first. So, I remember someone saying that they think that Marie is actually stronger than Victoria because Marie doesn't have to look at her target per se. She can sense her targets. But we're going to have to see more of what Marie can do in season 2. But either way, Victoria is scary, is the bottom line.
A story about a hero.
I'm not giving up on you, but you can't give up on me.
God. This is still happening? This movie's still happening. Okay.
Run faster than that! I quit! Don't
Faster than that? I always wonder how these people keep a straight face shooting these scenes. I know Will Ferrell is actually like really good at not breaking character, but I would die.
First time in VOT's history, we have 2 black heroes in the 7 and 1 unspecified. Yeah, wow. VOT proudly supports and amplifies BIPOC voices.
Oh my God.
Sure
Stop!
Which is why Black Addict.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. That's enough. I can't stand them.
We have a clip.
I don't think I want to watch it.
TV award winner, Rising Tide. Black fans stream it. They'll see a delicious VOT Imperial Peach Cognac. It's pretty cool.
Ryan's debut series, Super School.
That's the title we went with?
That was the only thing we got cleared. Then they're gonna throw to me, right, for my little Bonnie, you look gorgeous today, by the way.
Gross.
Did you get my text?
No.
Yeah.
Right, is that for us? Listen, tell we'll be out in like 15, 20, okay?
Okay.
All right,
She
cool.
totally faked that. She faked that. Good girl.
You don't want to do it? Come.
Oh.
I'll do it.
Sure.
Built all the sets. I think we bought up half the sound stages in Toronto.
Oh, in that case, definitely accent.
God, what's it gonna take to get you amped? Do you want an EP credit? That is done. You want to get script approval? I can make anything sing.
EP credit?
And the keys to your Jaguar.
I would love to do that.
Ryan, what do you say?
So you're really not mad at me?
Not him still swinging the keys to the Jaguar.
My whole life, being told what to say, where to stand. It's
Truth.
like being a slave, only worse.
And you know that how?
I've been doing the same thing to you.
Oh, clarity. It's not gonna last.
From now on, no more rules.
Oh, so you can go hang with Butcher then.
We are both emancipated from slavery.
Wow.
We're free.
Okay.
Sound good? Nah, buddy, I don't care what anyone else thinks but you.
Really?
As far as I'm concerned, this whole planet is empty. Except for you and me.
That's terrifying. Please get friends. Please get age-appropriate friends. I beg.
Prince Andrew gave me these shoes.
Ew, even more ways you should burn them.
You took a bright-eyed little girl and you turned her into a...
Into a what? A monster?
In this case.
Stick to the shadows, never reach too high?
That was to protect you.
No, that was because you were ashamed of me.
That sounds like Homelander speak. Homelander actually getting through to her. That's scary. Demon chickens? I don't trust anything in this show. Those red shirts are definitely gonna die.
What the
Eggs? I told y'all, demon chickens! I told you, demon chickens! Not whiskey dick of the lights. Thought you should. This is not working. That's
Well, you
hilarious.
notice your pal Samir was Ving up a Kentucky Fried fucking
He's never gonna fucking change.
All right, listen. We got a lot of ground to cover. So let's just...
Right? Can we fight
It's
later?
an absolute wonder to me that you all managed to live.
You know, God takes care of fools and babes. Fools and babes. Annie, breathe.
I didn't go through with it.
He didn't. And that's for Billy, that's huge.
I'm sorry. This wasn't how I was planning to tell you, but this isn't working out for me anymore. It was one thing when you were really in charge around here, but now...
Damn, you're dumped by your sub? That's pretty much the lowest you can get, I think.
But I hope we can still be friends.
Wow. Ashley, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you. Just quit while you still have dignity, ma'am.
You know, if you weren't Homelander's right-hand bitch, I'd take you out behind the woodshed and whoop your ass.
Would you?
Sounds on brand.
Right.
Y'all just think I'm stupid, poor white trash. I don't think you're poor. Me all you want.
I don't think she underestimates you, but she's literally in a pool that I don't think she knew how deep that deep end is.
You okay?
Nope. No one's okay on this team. Absolutely no one. 0 people. No, it's because she's feeling so messed up about this whole situation.
Projectile dysfunction.
I knew it was coming.
Gotta be human. I mean, shit, you've been Starlight for so long. Do you even know who Annie is anymore? Yeah. You really got your shit locked down.
Right? Annie, I'm going to need you to breathe. Don't tell me it's an escaped chicken. Oh, it's the bunny he let out. Or another bunny. What in the predator is happening? That looks like what came out of her daughter's mouth. What has this new batch of V done? No, keep it. You need the evidence. You need to tell them. It's this new batch of V. I'm telling you. That's what's going on with you. That's what's going on with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tech Night.
That's why Victoria's... You want to bet every soup that's made from this new batch of V is going to be just...
We made a deal. So you either help me get Sage off my jock, or you go down with me.
It's the way it be in Vought Tower. That's the way it be in Vought Tower. And come on, Ashley. You know you benefit from Homelander being humbled or taken out. He's walking away.
I thought he was with you. No?
No.
Please tell me he's not out here like bench pressing hospital beds.
You?
Wait. Just wait here for a second. Hey, Dad.
Yep. They're all like this. The new V is mad. The new V is bad.
Oh. Elaine, what's going on?
Don't you what? Shut it, ma'am.
Who are you? Dad, it's...
Great.
Dad, it's me. It's you.
Great.
Oh my God. Call security.
Through walls. Great. Good job. Honestly, both of you, but... Stop moving. Stop moving. Oh, God.
There has been a report of an emergency.
Oh, your dad's gonna be going to that hospital for all the soups. That might be a fate worse than death.
I can. I'm sorry. I've got to take Huey to the Vought Company store. He's saving up for a Tech Night doll. He calls it an action figure, but you know.
Yeah, his brain is gone. This is why you shouldn't have given it to him.
You're not Huey. He's 11.
Wow.
You shouldn't be here. You left.
Yep.
Back.
He's about to take out your mama. Bye, security dude.
No.
That's what happens when you don't listen to people's wishes, Daphne. And also, Huey, I gotta give you, you gotta get some licks in this because you shouldn't have brought it there.
Excuse me? How about this? She wants me to swing by for a late night muff dive, which will take forever because I don't need to come up for air. I can just breathe right through her juices.
No, I know about your little closeted date on the hand job machine. I could cut a package together, have it on the air by tonight.
Damn, he out-faked you, bro. This is why you're just always gonna be at the bottom, Deep. You can't play in the big leagues.
But when a gypsy swaps our bodies...
So what do you want to do?
Where's Marie?
No, I mean a little more boldly. I mean, like, big picture.
He's 14.
Really help. That's what my mom would want.
That's amazing.
He hates people.
That's great. You want to help her?
Oh God, is
Yeah.
the director about to die? Adam is kind of a creep, so he deserves it, but...
Is he making you uncomfortable? Yeah.
Ryan. One sec.
Can you let him actually think for himself?
I'm sorry if I was inappropriate.
Not if, you were.
Didn't seem like he meant it.
Yeah, that's just my natural tone.
Sorry.
Adam, I think you should get on your knees and do it again.
Damn, not him teaching him to be a narcissist like his dad. Great. Ryan, please don't pick up this humiliation kink. I'm begging.
If I exploited our inequitable power
If?
dynamic and I made you feel uncomfortable.
Drop the if.
I want you to slap him.
Bonnie?
She wanted to slap you.
Do it again.
Please.
Damn. Homelander's blood really is in there, huh? He stopped telling her to slap you, sir. You must have really put her through some stuff. I'm not even sorry for you, truthfully. I'm just sad about what this is doing to Ryan's psyche. You okay there, Billy?
Please, can we take a break?
Right?
Yes.
He's just, been in prison. Man wasn't working out when he was in there, okay?
Well, except for the sacraments of penance. Come on. What a steaming pile of dog shit that is.
Penance only works if you're genuinely sorry.
Forgiving, oui, but not being forgiven.
Forgiveness isn't about being forgiven.
Some sins God should not forgive. Some sins deserve eternal damnation.
What have you done?
No.
It's just one thing, you see.
So many things.
It is so many things.
Yeah. Oh God, no! What did he not test there? Oh my God. Vicky, do your thing. Vicky, do your thing.
Off we fuck. Nice and slow.
Ah! Oh! Oh! Let's leave this demon farm already, guys. Why are we still here?
Oh my God.
Protect Edgar! Bye, red shirt. I knew one of you was gonna die. It's probably worse in here. We don't even know what's in here. Quick, 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 quick. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I can't believe this is fucking happening to me again.
Again? Huh? There you are, you little...
Before he went behind my back and deflowered my daughter.
Okay, I was 20, thoroughly deflowered, and this isn't the time or the place.
Damn, confessions.
How transmissible is that?
Not very. Only through bodily fluid, blood, saliva, semen.
Okay, so we inject it into your dead buddy over here as bait, and then we put him outside to infect the crazy fucking flying sheep.
This man is in no condition to fuck a sheep.
Very good.
Less drugs, Frenchie.
Enough! Look! Look! Y'all see this? Hives. And I got them because y'all motherfuckers are driving me the fuck crazy.
So random.
Now, Annie, you can't just go around. You're not a monster, Butcher.
He's kind of a dick, though.
You are a motherfucker, but you a motherfucker with a heart.
That's for real. Like, Victoria couldn't just pop the heads of all the sheep? Meanwhile, this complete and utter effery.
You left our little boy.
Dad.
You broke our hearts.
Dad, stop.
I mean, this is kind of what she deserves, though. Everything that Huey couldn't say.
Huey? Yeah. Yeah, Dad, it's me. It's Huey.
Your dad's gonna go to jail forever. You know that, right?
There's something wrong with me. I can't stop it. I don't know what to do.
That's okay.
I think I do.
How long did you
Ooh,
say it takes for the virus?
finally. This flying sheep is actually hilarious. God, Edgar, please. That's disgusting. Even if it's a sheep, it's still gross.
Or Samir. Or Samir.
I don't know.
Not very sporting of you to renege on a deal.
You're safer in
Deal
there.
was a pardon for the virus. No virus?
No deal. You're actually safer in prison, bro. Whew, I thought they were gonna kill him, thank God. Because I love Edgar's character. Well, that's broken. Kind of was already. What a day for everyone. No, I spoke too soon. I don't know. Is she letting him out?
You'll no longer be beloved celebrities. You will be wrathful.
Dude, don't we have a say in this?
How will we know when the time comes?
Shut up, Sam.
Trust me. You'll know.
Anything you need, Homelander.
Shut up! Blow off your other arm.
Tower, and I thought together we might plug it.
Oh, bye, A-Train. You had to know that you were going to be part of this white dream.
The proof is on his phone. Calls to Marvin Milk.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who Marvin Milk is. I didn't.
She wants you to owe her.
Show me a little wrath.
Oh. I'm still gonna fuck your wife tonight.
Damn! All right, black people, just stay out of that one, please. Thanks. Yeah, you need to just own up to it, Annie. It is what it is. You did some horrible things. That's not who you are. Everyone needs to come to Jesus here. Can we get a group therapy session? Turning himself in?
Here.
Is that the right thing to do? I mean, maybe.
We'll get to when we can.
committed murders. Plural.
Do what you gotta do, Frenchie.
If we don't do this, then he spends the rest of his life scared and confused and in prison or in an asylum. Or he kills more innocent people. He's right.
The talk
Huey's right.
about how Huey couldn't make the hard decisions. Quickly.
For taking such good care of our boy. I promise I will do the same.
I think you've done enough, ma'am. Push the damn plunger. Sorry, I mean, I actually love this character, but if this is the alternative.
I'm scared. I love you so much.
You got to say everything you wanted to say.
I love you too, son. My wee Huey.
Not so wee anymore. Daphne, I still hate you. Maybe you guys should go. You might get in trouble for helping him.
Get away from me! Get away from me! All right, take it easy. I ain't gonna hurt you.
Outside of cutting off your legs? When did you have time to do that?
I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. The football days are over.
Wow, Billy. Wow.
Work.
What
work? Oh, what the fuck you think?
You're going to be re-engineering the virus.
You're gonna make us some more of that virus.
Gotta work. Gotta make that money make purse. I don't like the fact that you both are smiling at each other. It's the two dumb girls, you know, saying exactly. Not old McDonald. I hate this show. I hate them. But well played. Very on the nose, but well played. Oh my goodness, what an episode. What a mess. Man, they were not lying when they said Billy's team is in a mess. It is absolute shambles. It was shambles. But oh my gosh, what to touch on. There were so many cool things, but highlights. Let's talk about Huey's story first. I feel like it was the shorter part of the episode, but by far one of the most heartbreaking. So, We see that the V being given to Huey's dad when he was clinically brain dead was a bad idea. And we learned this, right? Last episode, Butcher warned Huey. He said, look, I am very, very sick. I had every reason to take V with the hopes that it would fix whatever was wrong with me, like actual V, not the temp, the actual V. And that's not what happened. He's like, I'm worse than ever. My symptoms are worse. It probably actually pushed my timeline up. So don't do this, right? So again, we know that Billy was already Huey. We know Huey changed his mind at the last minute. But his mom, that fell out of your pocket is nonsense. We saw her give him that back hug. She saw him. She saw him put it in his pocket. You're never going to convince me she didn't see him put it in his pocket and then she pickpocketed it right out. That's a story I'm going with. But anyway, that happens and we see that unfortunately, while it seemed like it worked initially, the damage that was in his brain was clearly too severe. So yes, it revived his brain, but the brain was not back completely. He was fading in and out of, the present versus the past. And he had developed a power of, it looks like, kind of, what would you even call that? Molecular. He could change his molecular density because he could walk through walls. We've already seen this power before. But yes, apparently he had that. And obviously the other things that come with being a soup, like the super strength. So we see that they thought everything was going to be fine, but immediately, as soon as he forgot about the fact that Huey's mom had stepped out to the bathroom, I knew, okay, yeah, this is definitely not going to work out. But anyhow, hearing Huey's mom say that, the reason she did it was because she thought that's what Huey wanted, and that she just thought that he already had to live without one parent. She was going to make him go through it again. I understand that she thought she was doing something for Huey, but it was selfish. It really was, because she felt guilty, right? After Huey heard her story and after Huey kind of gave her the what for, she was like, okay, what can I do to get back into Huey's good graces? So I'm going to do this thing. And it was not for, again, everyone just didn't listen to what Huey's dad, which I did not realize until this episode, his name was Hugh as well. I totally missed that. But anyways, Hugh Sr., we didn't realize, no one was listening to what he wanted. He said, if something happens to me, if something should happen where I am in a situation where I'm going to be incapacitated or not going to have a good quality of life anymore, I do not want to be resuscitated. I do not want to be brought back. Let me go peacefully. And that is what was going to happen. And Huey almost didn't do it. He almost, went through with giving him the V, but he changed his mind, the right thing to do. But then his mom turned around and did exactly that. So now we know where Huey gets it from. But anyways, it just bothered me that both these people did not listen to what this man's wishes were. And I understand that as a surviving family member, it is incredibly hard sometimes to let go of people. And I really love the little talk that Huey and his dad had where he's like, why did you make mom power of attorney? And he explained, he's like, it's not that I didn't trust you, but he gave the example of their cat. And he's like, you don't let go of things easily, Huey. You cling on to things. And of course, for Huey, that was probably all the more intensified by having a mom that walked out on them. But all the same, his dad was like, I didn't want you to have to make that hard decision. And I was afraid that you, out of, quite frankly, it is your selfishness, would keep me in a state that was unbefitting of what I wanted for your benefit. And I just didn't want to put you in a position to where you wouldn't be able to make that decision. So I took it out of your hands, right? So completely understandable. And he was right? Because right up until the last second, Huey, he absolutely acted the way that his father predicted, because he knows Huey, right? Huey probably didn't realize how well his father knew him. But anyways, so once Huey heard that, he was kind of like, all right, I guess I get it. And I think he almost felt like his dad was wrong, but I think he recognized, considering what happened, that his dad was absolutely right. So anyways, things went sideways, understandably. And then we see that his dad went all the way back to before Huey was even grown, to the point of shortly after his mom left, and all the anger came back. And the point, I'm not really that upset about that scene, because I said it in the last episode or the one before that I kind of feel like Huey's mom got off a little easy, and Huey's dad had every right to also come after her as well, because he had a lot of pain too. And guys like Huey's dad, people, not just guys, people like Huey's dad who seem very nice and passive and chill all the time, they often are holding back a lot. And I have no doubt that that's exactly what Huey's dad did. He probably spent a lot of nights crying alone, just expressing the negative emotions he was feeling in private because he didn't want to like burden Huey with it, but he still had the right to feel those feelings and quite frankly, vent those exact things to Huey's mom, Daphne, right? Because Daphne did. She didn't just walk out on Huey. She walked out on Hugh too, right? She literally broke two people's hearts. And again, I don't know if in those conversations where she was trying to contact Huey, she tried to talk to Hugh and apologize to him. But I'm assuming that at some point they did because we see that that's the reason he even put her back on power of attorney is because they were talking again. But anyways, I have a feeling that he probably didn't say all the things that he said in his altered state to her, even when they started talking again, because again, I get the sense that Huey's dad was not the kind of guy who would want to do that, right? He doesn't come across as confrontational at all to me. So I feel like that repression was there and he let it out. And again, yeah, it was hard for Daphne to hear, but she deserved it, right? Like the circumstances we can understand, but it doesn't change the fact that she hurt two people. Anyway, that happened. But in the end, we see that thanks to Huey being involved in a lot of messed up stuff that has to do with V, he was able to figure out how to basically reverse what happened and get it out of his dad's system. And even though like I was kind of wondering like why would they do this, but I think it was just to give Huey the closure, right? Huey really, really wanted to be able to tell his dad that he was his hero, that he looked up to him, that he thought he was a great dad, all the things that basically the unsaid things he was scared he would not get a chance to say. He was able to say it to his dad while his dad was lucid enough to hear it. So that's, I think, the whole point of this. Again, I'm going to miss Simon Pegg on this show. I do love Simon Pegg. He's one of my favorite actors. I'm sure he's got his reasons as to why he's leaving the show, but it's Daphne's era now, I guess, now as Huey gets a chance to get to know his mom again. I mean, like I said, I think now that everything's been said about Daphne, she's kind of gotten everything cleared up. Her and Huey can start from like a fresh starting point now as maybe not so much mother as son as friends at the very least, right? So anyway, so that was Huey's big day. Lots of fun. Moving on to, I guess, everything else. Yeah, we'll talk about Homelander and Ryan really quickly because they were also a very small part of this episode in comparison. So we see that Homelander is unsurprisingly still struggling with what happened back at his house. Because I said it, like it's not the answer, right? It might have given a momentary relief or a momentary satisfaction to get back at the people that he feels like were responsible for making him the way he is. But in the end, he's still Homelander and it's not the base of the issue. It doesn't take away the fact that he does intrinsically need love and affection and acceptance. Anyway, he's having issues with it, but Ryan is probably the biggest thing that's haunting him. The idea that he's losing Ryan because that's the one piece of family that he has that's the one thing that can't be taken, so to speak, in the sense of Ryan will always be his son. So he really doesn't want to lose that. So we see that he decides he wants to switch tacks with Ryan. He's realizing that going head to head with Ryan is not working. So he switched tacks, and I find it so interesting that first it starts out with the whole movie thing, right? Where, they're pitching the movie to Ryan. Ryan's like, I don't really want to do all this. And Homelander's like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. And then he encourages Ryan to humiliate the director, which again, I'm not even mad at that particular because I don't like the director. But if we pull away from who the victim is, the whole act of itself is the problem, right? Ryan being pulled into this humiliation kink that Homelander has. Again, it's creating this whole division of Ryan is better and humans are not, right? So anyway, so we see that when Homelander realizes that Ryan responds positively to the fact that he's putting control back into Ryan's hands, we hear him give the story of, my whole life I've been a puppet, I've been manipulated, people have told me what to do. And then he makes a little bit too extreme comparison of being a slave. But anyway, he basically says, I don't want that to be you, right? And I hope people understand that while he wasn't lying in that moment, he's very true that he has been used as a prop. He was literally created to be a symbol of what this greedy company of Vought wanted. But really what Homelander was doing in that moment was absolutely manipulation 101. The fact that he was saying to Ryan, I was manipulated, while actually doing the exact same thing. And I love that, the fact that he was like, I see that I was trying to do the same thing to you and I'm not going to do it anymore. He is doing it. He's just switching tacks, much like Edgar has done most of his life, much how Madeline had done much of his life. He just switched his tactics. When he realized the stick wasn't working, he went to the carrot, right? And it was really masterful because he realized, again, if he told Ryan to do the wrong thing, Ryan is going to buck up, right? That's what he's been doing. He forces himself. If If Homelander pushes, Ryan pushes back. So instead, he's like, no. You don't want to do the movie? Fine, you don't do the movie. Oh, what do you want to do, Ryan? You tell me. Whatever you want to do, we'll do it together. So Ryan's like, yeah, I want to help people because that's what my mom would have wanted. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Sure. Yeah, sure, right? We all know Homelander does not want to do that. He hates people, right? He thinks people are beneath him. But right now, he wants to build this rapport with Ryan. He wants Ryan to believe that he's pliable, right? So he lets him give him the illusion of control. So he's like, yeah, okay. And then we see that he gets to seeing this assistant with the pervy director, right? And we saw earlier on that the director was hitting on her and she was clearly uncomfortable with it, right? So Ryan picked up on that because he's not a dummy. And I said it before, he is an empath. And so Homelander sees them again and he sees that it bothers Ryan. So he's like, does that bother you? Do something about it. Right? So he takes something that he knows is important to Ryan, which is doing something to help people, right? Ryan intrinsically wants to be good. He wants to help people with his abilities. And he's like, go help them. Yeah, I'm encouraging you. Go ahead. You do what you think is best, son. You do it. But he doesn't really let Ryan lead, right? Instead, he starts prodding, just gently though. He's like, oh, what do you want to say, Ryan? What do you think, Ryan? Is that what you want, Ryan? Do you think it's enough, Ryan? Right? So just a little bit, right? Small nudges versus violent shoves. And Ryan, of course, is, going along with it because in the end too, Ryan does want approval from his father too, right? That is still there despite the fact that he realizes his dad's not okay. But anyway, it's masterfully done. And by the end of it, he's got Ryan enjoying watching this guy getting beaten up by, well, he deserved it, quite frankly, by this intern. But still, it's the scenario that's the issue, right? Even though I don't have an issue particularly with who it's happening to, the scenario in of itself is a problem. This is much like when Ryan smiled when he heard those people cheering his dad on for taking someone's head off, right? There are dark tendencies in Ryan, and I'm not going to even fault him for that right now. He is a teenager. He is young. He is still learning all about his impulses and impulse control. He does have Homelander's blood in his veins, but also, he's just very frustrated right now. And this is a way to channel some of those negative emotions. And again, in Brian's head, this is justice, right? This guy getting beat up is kind of necessary. It's not going to kill him. It's going to humiliate him. He's going to be bruised up, but it's not going to kill him. So in his mind, it's maybe not so bad. And he kind of enjoys it because he feels like it's justice, but also, like I said, letting some of those negative emotions he's been feeling get channeled into a certain area. So yeah, he's sitting there, he's giggling, he's drinking his milkshake and enjoying it. And Homelander's finally like, yes, my manipulation is working. Ryan is doing what I want him to do. My tactics have worked. And for now it will, right? Unfortunately, for a while Ryan thinks he's in control, these tactics are going to be successful. But Ryan's not an idiot. And the great thing about Ryan is that he can literally tell when people are lying, and he can smell and sense ill intent. So the second Homelander really switches full gears into that mode, Ryan is going to sense it. But we'll have to see what he's going to do about it. But anyways, that's kind of what's going on there. And then we see that they pulled out, oh my gosh, they pulled out Sam and, oh God, why can't I remember the mind controllers? Kate. Sam and Kate were pulled out. Hello, my crossover. Now I just gotta bring my girl Marie. I need to see my girl Marie. But anyway, they're pulled out we saw them being talked about before, but I guess they're the new youth campaign that they're trying to pull out here. We see that they're already getting involved in projects with Vought. And anyways, I bring them up because we see that Homelander brings the 7 together and he's basically like, look, we're going to be agents of justice from here on out. We're going to start helping people, but we're going to help them our way. So we're not going to be, the nice smiling, shiny symbols that Vought wants us to be. We're going to do whatever it takes. If that means taking out people, so be it. We'll be the villains until it's time for us to shine, so to speak. So the whole idea of, the ends will justify the means. So we see that obviously, unsurprisingly, Little Miss White Trash is all for it, as is the Deep, because he doesn't care. He'll do whatever Homelander tells him. And we see that for now, we're seeing, Sage kind of nodding. But I actually don't think that Sage is down for this side of the plan. He is going off script. And we saw this earlier in the episode when Sage was trying to small talk with him, talk to him, get a gauge of where he is, and is getting nothing. And I could see that it was visibly frustrating her because I think she needs to hear she's very smart, right? She can predict a lot, but I said this back when she was introduced that as smart as she is, there's just certain variables you cannot account for, particularly with crazy people. And Homelander is not sane. Okay, he's a very broken person on a level that Sage will never be able to understand. Okay, despite the lobotomies, and everything. She will not be able to get that. So I can tell, but just by the way she was acting, that she did not like the fact that Homelander's kind of putting some distance between the two of them, because she can definitely calculate and try to figure out ways to figure out what he's doing or what he might be up to. But hearing his thoughts is an easier path. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't think she's on board with this, because this is off script for what she wants Homelander to do, I think. But she also knows she can't go, she's figured out enough to know she can't buck up against Homelander too much, because his pride won't let her do that. So anyway, after this announcement, we see she kind of nods and acts like everything's good, like she's in agreement, because that's the safest place for her to be. And we see that the whole situation with the leak, whoever gave the information that exonerated the men, we see that Ashley pinned it onto the guy that dumped her. So this is why you don't mess around with crazy people, sir. But anyways, for now, A-Train is covered. But this is where I'm like, I keep saying that she's up to something. I'm not sure what, but she absolutely knew that A-Train was the leak. She didn't tell Homelander, and Homelander would have believed her, right? It would have been a matter of that, you know, that Homelander has more loyalty to A-Train. He would have believed her. So she saved his ass and allowed him to come up with this alibi. Why? And she just looked at A-Train, right? They made that look, and she just kind of gave him a nod. So she's up to something. I don't know what yet. We'll have to see. But as I said, I do think she's got ulterior motives with all the things that she's doing. And I also want to know more about why she keeps lobotomizing herself. Like, yes, I said in the last episode, it's probably because she overthinks to the point where it's probably maddening. But I also think that there might be more going on here. Maybe what she's doing right now is really not sitting well with her, possibly. But anyway. So that's what's going on with the Seven. Things are going to get ugly now. They're no longer care about appearances. They're going to just start doing whatever they want, which is kind of where they were all leading anyway. And then finally, we've got The Boys, Team Boys, which is an absolute hot mess. We got a revisit of Edgar. I love that, because you know me, I love me some Edgar. I've missed him so much. Even if it was just for this episode, I'm glad that Giancarlo got to come back and do a little something, something. And I'm glad that he's still alive. I was so scared they were going to take him out. Because he's got a lot on the burner. You know, he's got his own show now, plus he's always in movies, so I was just scared they might take him out, but I'm glad they didn't. Anyway, they brought him out because they want to figure out what Victoria is doing, and he's the closest thing to someone who knows how her mind works. And through that, they find out that Victoria's been trying to get her baby daddy / man, I guess, to do all the testing and figure out how to, I guess, make this soup virus strong enough to take out Homelander, or at least control him. And oh my God, holy farm of horrors. Oh my God. That was hilarious, but also terrifying. But anyways, throughout their whole horrifying experience on this farm, we get through a few things like, you know, we're seeing that Starlight's now having issues with her powers because she's mentally and emotionally messed up. And we see that Victoria kind of sees this happening with her and actually, she actually extends a sympathetic hand. She's like, look, I understand that you're going through a lot, but you need to keep it together. And not just because of this whole situation with the boys, but because of your future, right? As a soup, they're already looking at us as a problem. And if you keep losing control like this, it's making it bad for all of us. And she gets hit. But again, Victoria's like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you let my little slight comment, which wasn't even that bad of a comment, set you off, then Firecracker is going to destroy you. You need to get it together. You need to get a thicker skin and figure out a way to let this stuff roll off of you. And the only way that's going to happen is that she's going to have to accept a lot of things. She needs to do that and not let people be able to hurt her with that anymore. Once she owns it, they lose power over her. So anyway, hopefully she'll figure that out, and then her powers will get back on track because she's going to need them, I'm sure. Kumiko, I mean, not much about her. She's still dealing, but she's repressing as well. And that repression and that wall she's keeping up is not allowing her to be able to get through to Frenchie, who is spiraling hard. But again, I can't feel that sorry for him right now because he did not need to, like, as I said, the stuff he did in the past was the past, but what he did with Colin in the current, what he did with him, that was all him. That was unnecessary. It was completely avoidable. So I can't excuse you for that, Frenchie. Like, that was, But that stuff that he was saying, though, about like how there's certain things that he said he believes in God. He believes in many things about religion and God, but he doesn't believe in penance because he thinks it's BS that you can just confess your sins and they go away. But Frenchie's, he's missing the whole point of what penance is about. Penance is about asking God or whatever deity that you believe in for forgiveness, right? A priest or a rabbi or whatever the religious mediary is in the middle is kind of just a way for one to be able to channel that expression that they want to give of forgiveness. My point with all of that, because we're not getting into a religious discourse here, the point is penance, the act of penance, the act of asking for repentance, praying, whatever it is to absolve yourself, in the sense of forgiveness is not about the other person giving you forgiveness. Frenchie's saying I shouldn't be, some things I've done shouldn't be forgiven. That's limited thinking. So anyways, I just thought it was interesting that he said that. And I mean, Annie, I think, really wanted to kind of explain to him what I'm probably trying to say right now, that he needs to talk to someone. He needs to get this out. He needs to explain what's going on so he can get it out of his system and forgive himself, because it won't matter if he gets forgiveness from his victims if he can't forgive himself, right? So anyways, I've said this on many reactions. Forgiveness is about letting go. It's not about absolution, okay? Forgiveness literally means to let go, and Frenchie needs to let go of the things he can no longer control. He took out Colin's family. I think his name is Colin. I hope that's not the wrong name. I'm pretty sure that's what it, but anyways, he took out that family. It's done. He can't undo it, right? Sleeping with him was a big mistake, but it's done. What he needs to do now is let it go. He can't bring his family back to life. He can't undo the kills he's done, but he can let that go and move forward, making better decisions, right? That's really what has to happen. But him staying with this, continuing to try to punish himself with the drugs and the alcohol and the self-blame, it's keeping him trapped in the past. And that's what keeps him in the same mentality, the hurt, the pain, the trauma. You get my point. And that continues to keep the compass broken, and that continues to have him making the wrong decisions, right? So it's all a chain effect. But anyways, psychobabble, but it's sad. And I think that unfortunately he needs to have his come to Jesus as well, since we're talking on these religious themes, and let all those things go. But we see that his way of dealing with it right now is he feels like he needs to go and turn himself in. So that's what he's done. God knows what that's going to do for now, what that's going to do to the boys. I have a feeling he's not going to stay there long. He's got a lot of connections and he knows way too much. I have a feeling if anything else, Mallory's probably going to get him out of there. But anyways, this is what he wants to do right now. Let him do it. What else is there? Is that it for the emotional stuff? Yes. We saw a little snippet of MM and his daughter. Clearly she's still fighting people at school. She's still dealing with things. I don't know if they've told him about, or told her about her almost stepdaddy, but anyways, we see that for some reason Monique is blaming this all on MM, and I don't see why. Like, this is really not all MM's fault. Like, you're the one who married this Homelander succubi. Like, maybe you should have better taste in men, ma'am. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's not all on him. But anyways, I thought it was kind of funny though that when they were trying to yell at her for fighting this kid and like she explained the situation, I was like, the way she's explaining it, the kid deserved to get popped in the mouth. Personally. But yeah, the fact that, you know, MM of all people is like, we don't solve things with our fists. I'm like, sir, you literally fight people for a living. She saw you cold cock her stepdaddy. What do you mean? Sometimes parents forget that kids don't forget these things. Anyways, I thought it was funny that they sent her to her room when she started making sense. But yeah, they're gonna have to figure that out. But for now, you know, I think she just needs to be angry for a while. They just need to let her, but also have some real talks. The same way MM had to have a real talk with her last season about like why he had to go after Soulja Boy. They need to have another come to Jesus talk with her as well about what's going on with her stepdad and why this whole thing is very, very messy, and that she's gonna have to find a healthier way to deal with her emotions. And then finally, we had the whole thing with trying to get this virus. We don't need to recap everything that happened at the farm, but the big thing with this is that it was all one big subterfuge. Well, part of it was because Billy wanted to get the virus, obviously, but he's been working with his old buddy there. I don't remember his name is in the show, JDM, but anyways, it was all because Billy's working with that team again, and he's trying to get things in motion to get his hands on this virus. I'm not that mad about the double cross as far as Victoria is concerned, because right now, obviously, we know that Billy's not Team Victoria at all. I am, but he's not. So he doesn't really care that he double crossed her, but he's going to do whatever he can to keep Ryan from being basically sucked into being the CIA's puppet. So if that means doing the team a little bit dirty here by getting Samir captured and manufacturing this virus, so be it. But also that's just in alignment with Billy's vision, right? He wants Soups gone regardless. That hasn't changed. So anyways, so that whole thing happened, and like I said, pretty sneaky Billy, always working. But also this batch of V. I have a theory that this latest batch of V has been tampered with and altered because it seems like everyone who gets it is not doing okay, right? I thought maybe Huey's dad had gotten the tentacles, but he didn't. But I think from Victoria's daughter being super aggressive to what happened with Huey's dad, and now what's going on with Billy, and now seeing that one rabbit with the weird tentacles, like, you notice that all of them are being hyper aggressive is my point. Like, I don't think V's supposed to make people so hyper aggressive, but it seems to be that that's what's happening with all these people who've taken it in this last little while, this last batch. And I think they've altered it somehow. So I think that that's why Billy is scared, because when he saw that thing break out of the bunny, I think he's thinking what happened in the trailer with that religious guy that he killed, right? So yeah, I do think the V worked, but not the way that Billy thinks. And I really want them to do another I want them to do another scan of his head, because I have a sneaking suspicion that that mass is moving and that mass came alive with the V. I don't know, because something was moving in his veins. That's all I know. But that's my theory right now, is that the latest batch of V was botched somehow, and now everyone who takes it is going to be crazy aggressive. So anyway, that's a big mess. We're going to have to see what goes down with that. Homelander is starting World War III. And yeah, the boys team is an absolute mess at the moment. They're definitely splintered in every possible way. So we're only on episode 5. I have no idea what we're going to do for the rest of the season, but I am intrigued, especially considering this is the second to last season now. So it was a good episode. A little bit on the deeper side, except for the crazy old McDonald farm from hell. But as usual, very, very interesting. So yeah, I enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.